Spending almost 12 hours on Jetstar seems like a grueling thing to do, so that is exactly what I'm going to do today, and we'll see if Jetstar is actually bearable as I fly with them in economy class from Melbourne to Osaka with a stop in Brisbane. Alright, hello again and welcome to another flight review. Now, as you've seen from the title, thumbnail and what I just said, I'll be flying to Japan today on board 2 Jetstar aircraft. So how this video will work is I will do 2 flights in the one video. The first flight will be me covering the A320 from Melbourne to Brisbane, and the second flight will be me covering the Boeing 787 from Brisbane to Osaka. Now, as I've already reviewed the Jetstar A320 a few times before in the past, I won't really be spending too much time on it, but if you would like to see a more in-depth review of the Jetstar A320, I'll have some videos linked in the description, and if you don't really care about the A320, just skip to the timestamp at the bottom right of the screen, and that is when I'll be at the international terminal at Brisbane Airport for the 787 flight. But as of now, we just parked our car here at the Value Car Park yet again, and here is the Jetstar terminal, and it is Terminal 4. Now, Jetstar actually shares this terminal with Rex and Link Airways, and I'm going to try my best to hold off from saying a bonza joke. And yeah, this is the Jetstar check-in area. Now, even though our end destination is international, we'll still need to check in and do bag drop separately for both flights. So right here, as of now, in Melbourne, we just use this kiosk to check in for just the Melbourne to Brisbane flight, and we print our bag tags for just the Melbourne to Brisbane flight as well. But then when we arrive at Brisbane, obviously we need to transfer to the international terminal, and then we'll need to do the same process at Brisbane Airport for the Brisbane to Osaka flight. More about that later on, but as of now, check-in was simple and quick, and it only took about 5 minutes or so. And then there's everyone's favourite thing to do, it's security, which I'm sure we all love, and just like that, we're now airside at Terminal 4. Now, I've also reviewed this terminal so many times before in the past, and I'm just here to save you some time and say that it is just an airport terminal. There's nothing really special about it, apart from the fact that the walk to the Jetstar gates is double the length and half of the diameter of Sydney Airport's main runway when multiplied by 2. And if you don't know what that means, nor do I, because I just pulled it straight out of my ass. But long story short, it takes a little while to get to the Jetstar gates from like the main food court area. And yeah, finally, they've now finished renovating the toilets here, so it makes the area look a lot more open and modern. So here at Melbourne, Jetstar makes use of gates 41 to 52, and this morning we're boarding through gate 46.
Flight JQ560 through to Brisbane will be departing from gate lounge 46. If you're holding a boarding pass for this service, we do ask that you make your way to gate lounge 46 in preparation for boarding. Thank you.
Boarding commenced a few minutes earlier this morning at 5:36 a.m.
Hi.
Hi, how you doing?
Good, how are you? That's good. So just boarding through the front stairs when you go through.
Thank you. This is our Silverbird, which will be flying us up to Brisbane on the first leg today. It is a 15-and-a-half-year-old Jetstar Airbus A320 registered as VH-VQC.
Thank you, right side. Morning. Who are you travelling with today, Adrian?
Pardon?
Who are you travelling with today? Family behind? Yeah, beautiful. Just stays on the right, please. Yeah.
Welcome aboard VQC, in which it has 186 Recaro BL3530 slimline seats in a 3-3 configuration, with my seat today being 6A with pretty shit window alignment, but one of my favourite views on the A320. Now, every time I fly on a Jetstar A320, I've grown taller and taller, so legroom for me becomes smaller and smaller, puberty for you, and honestly, for 2 and a bit hours, the legroom is manageable. It's 29 inches, which I guess is standard for low-cost carrier legroom. There's a bog standard tray table, nothing special here, and the main seat pocket contains a safety card, in-flight menu, and a sickness bag. There's 2 bloody useless coat hooks, and you've also got a smaller seat pocket at the bottom of the seat. The seat recline is alright, I guess, for a low-cost carrier, and overall the seat isn't too bad for a flight of this length.
Extend a warm welcome to everyone on board your Jetstar flight today, JQ560 through to Brisbane. Good morning, my name is Daniel, I'll be your cabin manager on today's flight, and on behalf of the team, it's a pleasure having you all on board today. Taking us up to Brisbane, we have Captain Tim Denham and First Officer Cody Ward. Your lovely cabin crew team looking after your safety and comfort today, we have the lovely Brodie Lee, Brittany and Jordan. Our flight time up to Brisbane is approximately 1 hour and 48 minutes, and as you are settling in, please ensure that your handheld devices are now placed into flight safe mode, making sure that everything else is now powered down and stowed safely for takeoff. If you are travelling with infants or children, please be careful when you do lower the armrest, just mind fingers and toes, and of course a reminder that smoking of any kind, including e-cigarettes and vaping, is not permitted on board the aircraft at any time. We are finalising the last of the paperwork. We'll be on our way in as soon as we can. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask a crew member. And welcome on board your service up to Brisbane today. Thank you for your patience. The main cabin door is now closed. This is Jetstar flight JQ560 through to Brisbane. Please do remain in your allocated seat for the duration of the flight. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask a crew member. We do kindly ask and remind you now to make sure your devices have been powered down and placed into flight safe mode. We also thank you for respecting each other and our crew to ensure a safe and comfortable flight. We also ask that you report any unacceptable behaviour to a member of the cabin crew. Cabin crew, armed doors.
Underway, please make sure your personal electronic devices are in a flight safe mode or otherwise completely switched off to these exits. If we need to leave the aircraft quickly, taking your personal items with you will slow you down. So please leave everything.
For your added comfort, it will be dimming the main cabin lights for takeoff, landing and throughout the cruise. Should you wish to continue reading, you'll find the reading light in the panel above your head.
On my trip to Japan, I flew Jetstar 4 times, and all 4 times were on time, so I have 0 complaints with Jetstar's on-time performance on this trip. And now time does not seem like a word, but anyway, please enjoy the takeoff on Melbourne's runway 27.
Turns off the seatbelt sign, you are free to move around the cabin. However, please do not change seats unless you've spoken to a crew member. Prohibited. We do accept all major credit cards. We are a cashless cabin, and we do require a physical card for your purchases on board today. Also, be reminded you can make donations towards the Star Kids program, and all donations made are given to Australia's First Nations children and communities. We do accept card-only donations, and if you wish to contribute towards the Star Kids program, simply ask one of the team members as they move through the cabin. Please sit back, relax and enjoy your Jetstar service and your flight up to Brisbane. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask.
Now that we're up in the air, please do allow me to take you through our route for today. So we only took off 5 minutes late at 6:15 AM on Melbourne's Westerly runway and made a couple of right-hand turns to track northeast towards Brisbane. We had a comfortable cruise at 37,000 feet before doing a zigzag for what I would guess would be sequencing, and then making a touchdown on Brisbane's runway 19 left at 8:15 AM with an exact flight time of 2 hours on the dot. As the sun starts to rise, let's take a look at the BOB, the buy on board menu. So it's quite widely ranged. You've got lots of snacks to choose from, albeit very overpriced, and there's a few light meals and some merch and shit. And yeah, honestly, it ain't a bad menu at all, and at least Jetstar don't make their flights into a bloody auction with selling perfume and all that shit. hope you enjoyed my magic, and one thing that Jetstar has recently done is introduce in-flight entertainment on some aircraft. Now luckily VQC has entertainment on board, and I was staring at this flight map in the free zone for like 20 minutes. Apart from that, the flight wasn't too eventful, but the clouds below were gorgeous.
Daniel, Noya Team Forward Safe from Jetstar. Thanks for flying with us up to Brisbane today. We are just about to start our descent, so we do hope you enjoyed the flight. Expecting a good ride all the way down into Brisbane now on, and to be in the bay at 20 minutes past 8, pretty much on time. On the ground it's 17 degrees, just a few clouds hanging around, and light southerly winds. It's quite a nice day. A few showers forecast later on. I hope you enjoy the morning, and once again thanks for flying with Jetstar.
There isn't too much else to say about this flight, so I'll quickly just sum it up. Firstly, we were punctual. I'm not saying the T-I-M-E word again, so I'll use a synonym. And yeah, the crew on this flight were pretty good, no complaints there, and comfort-wise, it wasn't too bad either. I am glad to hear that the Jetstar is now adding entertainment to domestic aircraft, and even better, you don't even have to pay to access it. Keywords, access it. You can hook up to it for free, but when you get on there ain't a lot of free stuff, but some of it is, which is good. Now in terms of pricing for the flight, I don't remember the exact value this Melbourne to Brisbane leg was, but you can usually see Jetstar pricing this route anywhere between 90 to 120 Australian dollars on non-sale events. Other airlines are a bit more, but honestly, I don't really care for a 2-hour flight. But anyway, I'll stop yapping and let you enjoy the gorgeous arrival into Brisbane.
Very good morning everyone, welcome to Brisbane. Local time is 8:16. Firstly, Jetstar would like to acknowledge the traditional custodians of the local lands of the Turrbal and Yagara people. We would also like to pay our respects to elders past and present. We'll be using the forward and the rear left-hand door to disembark today, and we will be using stairs. Please follow any directions given to you by the ground staff team and hold on to the handrails as you descend. Before you head off, double check you have everything with you, and just be careful when you do open the overhead lockers, just in case any of your luggage has moved during the flight. Please also remember to take any face masks or wipes, used or unused, off the aircraft. If your phone's within reach, you can now switch it on. Just remember that you are unable to use it whilst you cross the tarmac outside. And a friendly reminder that smoking of any kind, including e-cigarettes and vaping, is also not permitted out on the tarmac or throughout the airport terminal buildings. Please keep your seatbelt firmly fastened until the aircraft comes to a complete stop and the captain turns off the fasten seatbelt sign. On behalf of all of your crew, Captain Tim Denham and First Officer Cody Ward and your entire crew on board, Brody Lee, Brittany, Jordan and myself, it's been a pleasure having you on board and bringing you up to Brisbane today. We do look forward to seeing you next time you choose to fly. Thank you and good morning.
Thank you, have a good day.
Thank you.
See you later, have a good day.
It's me again.
Hello again.
And now the transfer journey to the international terminal begins. So the baggage carousels here were bloody busy in the domestic terminal, but anyway, I am glad to see my bag. Thank you. Now we can take a breath of fresh air and catch the free transfer bus from the domestic terminal to the international terminal. The buses run every 10 or so minutes and the drive only takes about 5 to 10 minutes. So welcome to Terminal 1 at Brisbane, and first impressions, it looks outdated. But I have been told that it will be getting a refurbishment or something like that soon, which is good to hear. So our check-in row for today is row 10, right at the back, but that does mean we get a nice view of the CBD. I think I forgot to film it, but it was there. Now one thing that I found strange was that there were Swissport staff who were at the check-in counters. Not too sure what's going on there, but check-in and bag drop from the moment we arrived to the moment we left took about half an hour with the line we had. However, I have had way worse though with Bamboo Airways in Vietnam, and that one was like an hour of waiting. One thing I love about this terminal are the palms. They look very nice, but on the flip side, security just looks so shit. I mean, it looks old, but I guess it doesn't really matter. It serves its purpose. But now that we're past all that, we're now onto Jeremy Clarkson's favourite part of the terminal, duty free. And on that bombshell, here is airside at Terminal 1, and it looks very open and nice, and it has a bit of a tropical vibe going for it. Today we're boarding through gate 83, which is where we'll see our aircraft that will take us up to Osaka. This morning, we literally took off at 11:59, so I'm stuck whether to say morning or not. Probably best to just say today, but anyway, our plane is registered as VH-VKG, and it is almost 10 years old, being delivered to Jetstar in August of 2014. Now, I've got a bit of a history with this rego. I've spotted it in Melbourne like 6 or 7 times, and one of those times, it did a go-around right in front of us, and then we absolutely legged it to the other side of the airport to see it land again after the go-around. Now, at the time when I flew on this plane to Osaka, if you clicked on the flight on Flight Radar, you would have seen my jet photo as the cover photo, which is pretty cool. So yeah, I've got a pretty cool history with this one, I'd say. And to add the cherry on top, when I flew from Osaka to Brisbane a week later, I'll let you guess what rego that one was. But yeah, funny history, but let's get on board early yet again.
JQ23 to Osaka Kansai, now boarding through gate 83, thank you. Good morning, this is now our general boarding.
Hi.
Hello.
Good morning. Oh, really? Please go across and turn right.
After a great welcome from the crew, welcome aboard the Jetstar 787. Up front is 21 recliner business class seats, and then there's 3 economy cabins. The seats are laid out in a 3-3-3 configuration, totaling to 314 Collins Aerospace seats, and out of all 314, I'll be seated at 39J for today, with really good wind alignment and a really good view of the wing. As expected from a low-cost carrier, there are no amenities waiting for you at the seat. However, after boarding, the cabin crew did offer everyone complimentary headphones. Now for the seat itself, legroom is, I believe, 30 or 31 inches, I'm not too sure, but it's actually pretty good. As per usual, you've got a tray table, though the clip was being a clip, I guess. And yeah, you've got a touchscreen TV, not too big, not too small, and also has some stuff on it used for headphones and charging. And then you've got a large seat pocket at the bottom of the seat, and it contains a safety card, menu, and a sick bag. The seat reclines pretty well, and there's a large, comfy, adjustable headrest, and overall, a pretty darn good product for a low-cost carrier.
Customer Service Manager on behalf of Captain Jamie Allen and Morel and McLean, and also First Officer Samson with Mankam, and also Second Officer China Small, and the entire team. I would like to extend a warm welcome on Jetstar Flight JQ23 from Brisbane to Osaka. We would also like to welcome all our Qantas, Emirates, Codeshare, Pico Flight customers, Jetstar credit card holders who are traveling with us today. As you make yourself comfortable, please ensure that all of your belongings are stored well on the seat in front of you and in the OA locker. It's essential for all customers must remain seated in your allocated seat for takeoff due to weight and balance. If your mobile phone have an in-flight mode capability, switch to in-flight mode now. Otherwise, all big devices like laptop must be stowed away. And all radio transmitter may not be used at any time during the flight. Under Australian law, smoking is not permitted anywhere on this aircraft. And customer wishing to make a purchase on board today, please be aware that only credit card transaction will be accepted. If you are traveling with infants or young children, please ensure you take better care when placing your helmet in down position. And today's flight to Osaka is not a mandatory flight for the face mask, but we do understand some customers prefer to wear a face mask for their own safety. We do have extra masks on board. If you need one, simply ask our cabin crew anytime during the flight. And don't forget the crew and I are here to look after you. If there's anything we can do for you throughout the flight, please don't hesitate to ask. Once again, welcome aboard Jetstar Flight JQ23 from Brisbane to Osaka. And now we shall take this time to say thank you to everyone for the early boarding. For now, we're just waiting for a paperwork. Hopefully it won't be too long, and we'll close our window and we're on the way shortly. Thank you and good morning.
Don't know what it was, but this flight was only like 50% full. There were free rows like everywhere.
Traveling with our Boeing 787 aircraft featuring our in-flight entertainment system. And for those customers who prepay for in-flight entertainment system and also business class customer, you can actually watch the in-flight entertainment system now, straight away. And if you purchase one, simply make sure that you sit on the correct seat shown on the boarding pass, because we activate your in-flight entertainment based on that seat that provided on your boarding pass. So just make sure you sit on the correct seat to enjoy the in-flight entertainment. If you want to purchase one, simply swipe the card and follow the instruction. If you have any question, please ask our cabin crew anytime during the flight. Thank you. Cabin crew are docked. Ladies and gentlemen, your cabin crew are trained for your safety. Please watch the crew member nearest to you or demonstrate safety features of this Boeing 787 aircraft.
Hello again. We want you to have a safe and enjoyable flight. So please listen closely while we take you through the safety requirements for our Boeing 787 and pull on the loose strap to tighten. Undo the seatbelt by lifting the buckle flap. The seatbelt is most effective when worn low, tight, and throughout the entire flight. Make sure smoking is not permitted anytime, anywhere on board the aircraft, including in the bathrooms. It's our pleasure to have you on board with us today, and we hope you have an enjoyable flight. Thanks for listening.
After a long ass 15-minute taxi, enjoy the takeoff from Brisbane's runway 19 right. Now that we're safely on our way to Japan, I'll tell you about our route for today. So we took off at 11:59 AM on Brisbane's runway 19 right, tracked to 180 and then tracked north for Osaka. We initially cruised at 40,000 feet, but made a final climb to 43,000 feet before descending into Osaka and touching down on runway 24 right at 7:35 PM with a total flight time of 8 hours and 36 minutes, although flight radar did get a bit confused, but what do you do?
We ask you that you limit your movement around the cabin and do not change seat during this flight unless asked to do so by the cabin crew. We also recommend keeping your seatbelt fastened in case of encounter any unexpected turbulence. And sleeping on the floor is not permitted, this including children. In just a moment, we're coming through the cabin to begin our service, starting with a pre-purchase meal and followed by our in-flight menu selection. If you like something to eat or drink, have a look through the Jetstar menu in your seat pocket. If an item is not available, we do sincerely apologize for the inconvenience.
I cut out the rest of the announcement because it's pretty much the exact same across all Jetstar flights. But anyway, thank God the crew did not lock dim the windows on this flight. And yeah, this is the menu on their 787s. I do think it is a little different to their domestic aircraft, but yeah, I'll let you browse through it if you wish. Overall, the menu is pretty much the exact same as the A320, but what is not similar is the fact that the 787 has IFE screens on board. Now, I do believe you have to pay, I think it's about $12 to have full access to the entertainment on board, and it is well worth it, and there's plenty of stuff to watch. Otherwise, you are spending, I believe it's $9 per movie, which is insane, but they sure do make their money. Now, if you do purchase the entertainment on board, you can play games if you wish, like I did, and it kept me occupied for like an hour. And then there's the Kids Zone, which is my favourite. But I think everyone's secretly favourite thing is the one and only flight map. Unlike the A320, this one actually looks good and is packed with information that I didn't even know.
Like to extend parents and his crews welcome to your Jetstar flight 23 through to Osaka. Just level off about cruising altitude at 40,000 feet, folks. We are expecting moments ahead flight conditions through to Osaka this afternoon. Got away on schedule at this stage, should be arriving on schedule, touching down at around about 7:30 Tokyo time. Just a reminder, there is a 1 hour time change between Japan and Brisbane, so you'll have to wind your watches back 1 hour. The forecast for our arrival, temperature in the mid-teens for our arrival now, forecasting some rain and showers. Prior to our descent, we will give you an update on the arrival time, also on the expected weather conditions. At the moment, we invite you to sit back, relax, and enjoy the flight.
I tried to play Sudoku, but I got bored, so I went on a little wander, and this is what the rear galley on the 787 looks like. It is massive and great for stretching if you are restless, and if you do feel like taking a shit, a wee, or a vomit, this is the lavatory on board. I am not even kidding when I say this. It was bigger than one of the bathrooms we had in our hotels in Tokyo, I think it was, but that is excluding the shower in the hotel. And honestly, for a plain toilet in economy, it's quite spacious and has all the stuff you need to take a successful shit at 40,000 feet in the air. Now when I got back to my seat, I asked for a cup of water and tried Sudoku again, and this time I'm doing better on the easiest mode, and then I got bored again and decided to watch 5 episodes of Friends. So luckily on this flight the middle seat was free, which made it a hell of a lot more comfortable, and I could somewhat comfortably lay down. On the flight back home though, that was a different story, but moving away from that, let's talk window shades. So in Boeing's effort to save weight and cost and the environment, they removed the physical window shades on all 787 aircraft, and instead they use a window that can dim. Unfortunately, the crew can lock dim the windows to the darkest tint, but fortunately they did not lock them on this flight, and honestly, when they're not locked, I do quite like them. But when everyone has their windows fully dimmed, it definitely makes the cabin look a lot more darker, and I reckon it's more darker than you'd think. But all in all, they take just over a minute to fully dim, and another minute to fully recover from a dim, which honestly isn't too bad at all. So roughly halfway into the flight, I got a bit peckish and had these biscuits, which I love to bits, and also some cheese and crackers as well, which weren't too dry surprisingly, but they do not compare to the ones I had on the Qantas 717. But anyway, both of these items costed $5 each, totaling to a grand total price of $10 Australian, and a free cup of water yet again. I tried to do Sudoku again, but eventually I gave up, so I tried the in-flight Tetris instead. And yeah, it was so hard to control the blocks, but it was actually quite fun and good entertainment for like 20 minutes or so. Now just below us is the Challenger Deep, which if you didn't know, it is the deepest part of the ocean in the whole world, well, as of now, but yeah, just for reference, the ocean floor in the Challenger Deep is very deep, no pun intended, that was a shit joke. But anyway, it is almost 11,000 meters deep, which is roughly 36,000 feet above sea level, which is crazy because, just roughly speaking, from the height we're currently flying at over the ocean is how far deep it goes down to the bottom of the ocean. And when you put that into perspective, that shit is deep. And I just found something brand new. Well, not brand new, but there's a universal power socket. Absolutely mind blown. Now, prior to the flight, I did pre-order a meal. I wasn't gonna go starving like that. And with Jetstar, you have the option to have 2 meals on international flights. The first meal is usually served 1 hour after takeoff, and then the second meal is usually served 1 hour before landing. Now you have the option to either select one of these, both of these, or none at all, but for this flight, as it would pretty much be dinner time an hour before landing, I pre-ordered a mighty beef lasagna. It came to a total price of $15, and it is the most expensive meal on the Jetstar menu, but it did taste very good for plane food. Why does the turbulence have to happen right now when we're eating? Like previously before, it was all smooth and everything, but the second the dinner service comes out, it's just great, isn't it? But honestly, this isn't that bad, but the turbulence is. Not even kidding. By the time everyone would have finished eating, the turbulence has stopped. Smooth. It's ridiculous, but it's funny.
Starting out now into Tokyo at this stage. We should be arriving very close to our scheduled arrival time. Touching down at 7:32 Tokyo time. Disembarking should be thereafter. Weather conditions for our arrival, winds from the south at about 15 to 20 kilometres an hour, temperature currently 22 degrees and rain showers in the area. Thanks on behalf of everyone here at Jetstar, we'd like to thank you for travelling with us today. We trust you have enjoyed your flight, and we hope to see you again next time you choose to travel.
Today, Jetstar was no issue at all. I had a pretty solid experience with them today, flying them all the way down from Melbourne in Australia up to Osaka in Japan. Both flights were on time, were punctual, and the service on board the 787 is what I'd expect from Jetstar on every international flight. Attentive and fun crew, cooked food, plenty of entertainment on board, and getting us to where we need to be for quite a cheap price. Jetstar usually sell Japan flights anywhere between $300 to $600 one way, that is excluding the stop though, but when you compare this to other airlines, I guess it isn't too bad. I mean, I wouldn't avoid Jetstar at all costs because they aren't actually too bad when they're good, but it's not something I'll jump on straight away. So to answer the question on the title, is Jetstar bearable? Freaking bearable. Well, yes, but to an extent. That's my verdict anyway, but I do thank you very much for coming along for the trip north today, and I do hope you enjoyed this video, and I do hope that you enjoy a very dark and rainy arrival into Osaka's Kansai International Airport, and I bet you that this landing will catch you off guard like it did with me.
Welcome to Osaka Kansai International Airport, where the local time is approximately 7:35 p.m. in the morning, and 7:35 p.m. On behalf of your crew, it's been our pleasure having you on board. Today we'll be exiting through the forward second left handle. Please follow the direction of our team. And before leaving, ensure you check your seat and seat pocket for any personal item and take any used masks with you. And be careful opening the overhead locker just in case any item have moved during the flight. Also, such as items like a water bottle and a small handbag and duty-free alcohol bottle, a loose object may fall out. If your mobile phone is within reach, you may switch on now. Other devices will stay switched off until inside the terminal. Smoking, vaping, and the use of e-cigarette is not permitted. in the terminal building. On behalf of Captain Jamie Allen and Maurice Mabin and First Officer Samson Rita Manicum and Second Officer Shannon Small and the entire team, I would like to thank you for choosing to fly Jetstar today. It's certainly been a pleasure having you on board, and we look forward to seeing you in next year to travel. So I say thank you to everyone for your on-time boarding and bring us 10 minutes earlier to arrive in Osaka. Thank you and good evening.
Cabin crew, disarm doors please.